We have heard about the whitewashing that continues in Hollywood, Oscars so white, all of those things that have been going on. It's gotten better. I don't think we're in disagreement. Nobody would argue that, but there's still a long way to go.
It's that mentality that still exists.
Yeah.
And so we have to participate. Again, movie making, television shows are participatory, and the scenes get richer, more interesting by having input from other creative people and by making suggestions. In fact, the writer who was writing that Star Trek script said, "Oh yeah, that's so sci-fi, to have this Asian face and fencing foil." And I said, I, as a kid, growing up in Los Angeles, I did sword fighting in my backyard. My backyard was Sherwood Forest.
Right.
My mother made Robin Hood uniforms for me,
Right.
So it's not really that far in the future.
Sure.
It's today.
You do think, though, Hollywood is definitely coming around to the idea that we need that diversity. We need to hear those other voices.
That need is there.
Yeah.
But as you well point out, there's whitewashing. Before it was yellowface.
Yeah.
We've made tremendous progress, true. We've made great advances. Now we have Asian families as the subject of a TV series,
Right.
So we've made progress. But to really make the kind of progress that we should be making, it's to educate the filmmakers that let's look at the reality of America. I mean, if you have a hospital series or a police series or a schoolhouse series in Los Angeles or Chicago or San Francisco or New York, look at the reality there. It reflects America, the American scene.
Right.
And if it's all white, then it's a different scene. Also, the level on which we need to participate is to develop bankable stars. African Americans have made tremendous progress in that respect. They have now, a host of bankable stars.
Yep.
I mean, the most bankable is probably Denzel Washington. If he's attached to a script, then it gets green-lighted. And if you have that kind of power, then you can make certain suggestions on a real significant level.
Right.
We haven't got that kind of star yet, one whose name will greenlight a project.
Right.
And to examine that issue, I think we also have to look at ourselves. I go see an August Wilson, an African-American playwright, play. He writes about an African-American community in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I look around the audience, you see a dominant African-American presence. I go see a Philip Kangotanda play or a David Henry Hwang play, and I look around, just a sprinkling of Asian faces.
So you think the Asian community still has to step it up in terms of
because the
supporting?
Asian American community has this feeling that, my children are going to become doctors or engineers or lawyers.
Yes,
you
they
don't
do.
go into that insecure area.
Right.
And there's no encouragement.
Right.
In fact, there's outright discouragement
Yes.
if a child shows that kind
That
of promise
is true.
in
That
the
is
Asian
true.
American family,
Yeah.
And I think the Asian American community now has become comfortable enough to be willing to take risks with talented children who have a passion to go into that unpromising, risky, unsecure field and support them. And also, we as a community, if we see David Henry Hwang's play being done with an Asian American cast, maybe an Asian American director, we need to be visibly present there. We aren't,
I totally
in
agree.
fact.
Yeah.
And so we need to educate our own community to develop those people that become bankable stars because they have a following. And it's most natural to have an Asian American, strong Asian American following to become a bankable star.